This conference will now be recorded.
So now we are going to discuss about the Confluence. So what is a Confluence? In simple way, it's a content management tool. Content means that the document management, you can say simple way, wiki management, knowledge management. Now, how do you manage that content? That's a questions is all about. How do you write a content? Okay. So yes, this is a wiki, you can say, if you know Wikipedia, something like that, but it's a it's a private wiki for the projects. Okay, so we use for that. Again, integration of Confluence, you can make it with Bamboo, Jira, GitHub, Bitbucket. Lots of integrations are available, depends on the requirement for the project. So which are the options we have available? Cloud version, which I'm going to use that right now, server version, data center also. Okay. Now, what are the difference between the cloud and server? So more or less it's the same, except that some limitation with the cloud, like number of users and all stuff like that. So that is you can consider. Now, we all need to understand the concept of Confluence. So here we have content, and then we have users and their permissions, and then we have a content categories, and then some of the extra additional concept where the cloud concept like a site and all. Okay, so let's get started. So the question is, how do we manage the content in Confluence? So we manage the content using the spaces. Okay, what we call it a space. If you go and log into Confluence, you'll see project 1 space, project 2 space, project 3 space, project 4 space. By the way, every users, they get their own space also, one personal space. Okay, so you get the space. You can also correlate this as like something like a company organization and stuff like that. Okay, so here inside a space you manage all the pages. Okay, pages and blog. Now we'll say, Rajesh, what is the difference between pages and blog? So let me tell you here in a simple way. Pages and blog, it's the same thing, except there's one difference. You have a blog, one blog for entire space, whereas you can have multiple pages for the spaces. Now, blog has a concept called post. So probably I know that it's a little confusing. It's not you're not able to visualize it. So let me put it in this way. Let's say there's one project under, let's say you're working for the Infosys organization. And in Infosys, there is one product which is called DevOps School. So DevOps School, you have a lots of knowledge, lots of documents. So if you have lots of knowledge, architecture document, MOM, meetings, installation document, to-do document, troubleshooting document, a lot of documents, right? So if you want to manage that content, for that you create a pages, simple. So then you'll ask me, where do we use a blog? So blog, we use it for the announcement purpose. Let's say there's a project which is called DevOps School under the Infosys. So if you want to announce, for example, some sort of happening, team events, or some sort of releases, or some sort of updates on the product, you want to announce as an announcement, you want to make it. For that case, you use the blogs. So if you look at this, any product, for example, Google specifically, they have official blogs also and documents also. Let me show you, so we'll get comfortable with the blog concept and pages. So for example, let's say Google AdSense. Okay, so this is the blog you see here. Look at this here. See here, they have a blog. This is the blog for that AdSense product. But if you see the Google AdSense document, they have a different place actually. And here you see developer.google.com AdSense. This is the place where we have documents. Are you able to understand, correlate this difference between the blog versus pages? All of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So space, in that you organize all the content. It is the pages and blocks. Space you can think of as a folder. It is a top level component, non-hierarchical. You cannot have a space inside a space. Remember, see, first image you have a carved rock theme. Inside the space, you cannot have a space. Inside the space, you can have a pages and blog. Okay. So you can create as many spaces you want. Every user can have your own personal space, and the space has a unique name and keys. So this is the terminology. So in the first thing which you go, when you go to Confluence, you should create your space for the project or for yourself. And by the way, for yourself means you don't have to create it. You will get it, but the moment you log in, you get as personal space. Then we have a pages. Pages, the information what you wants to put it up. It's like a website, creating a website for the product, for your project. So you have a home page, inside that child page, and then on each page you have a very rich editor. You can do whatever you want, any content, any format, it's supported. So the main idea is to learn how to write a pages. That's the main idea. Okay, and then page can be hierarchical, like children page, home page, and children. As many hierarchy you can have it, and the pages will have attachments also. Okay, so that's the page. Blog we discuss. You per space you have one blog you have a post. This blog basically we use for some announcement purpose for the particular project. So blogs you have a multiple posts which you can use for the announcement. But by the way, all the features of blogs, post, and pages you'll get the same thing, but the use cases are different. Attachment, I think it's very simple. You must understand that any blogs, any pages, any blog post, any pages, you can attach as many documents you want in format of whatever it is, and you can do that as well. Now, how do we manage the permissions actually? So here, guys, you can manage the permission and the various labels in Confluence. So here, you see the space which I've been discussing. Site means the in the cloud you'll get the site concept. Okay, there is no site concept in a desktop version. I mean server version. Site means the one which is for your company, for your organization, for your domain. Simple. So yes, permission and users. Permission determine what Confluence users can do. Permission exists at a place, at a site, and a page level also. Yes, that's important. Page level also you can set a permission. Site level also you can set up permissions. Users can be assigned to custom groups to manage the custom permissions for the entire pages or entire space. Groups and individual users can be granted permissions. Site administrator and influence administrator are canned group, means it's a default one. So yes, in simple way, you can set a user permission or group permission at a space level, at a page level, and you can decide what kind of permissions you want. Now the question is, how do you categorize the content? What is the categorization? So guys, let me ask you one thing. Let's say you have hundreds of files and you want to categorize that hundreds of files into 10 areas. Let's say HR files, you have one folder, okay? Think simple, okay? You have one folder. In that folder, you have hundreds of files. But all these files are mixed up, not properly categorized. So some of the files from HR department, some of the files from the finance department, some of the files from the your personal bills, or some of the files from this, that, and all. So you have every files in one directory. So in your laptop, what do you do typically? Next time you get a confusion, right? So what to do to avoid the confusion? What do you do to avoid the confusion, guys?
Create a folder, a separate folder to all.
Correct. Yes, you create a separate folder and then put it those files as per their categorizations. So same way here, we don't have a subspace concept. So how do you categorize the content? You write lots of pages, attachment, and spaces also. How do you categorize? So guys, here you can create a categories for space. Mind it. Now we'll see. You'll say, why do we need a categories for space? Remember, guys, here this Confluence is used for the enterprise level. Enterprise, which has hundreds and thousands of projects, and each project you have a multiple teams. So spaces can be created at the team level also, project level also, depends on that. So in an organization, you may have hundreds of space. So how do I categorize which space belong to which particular project, product, department, and this, that? So for that, you have a space. categories for the space. But how do you categorize the pages? Mind it, I'm sure you must have used this tool called Stack Overflow. Have you? Stack Overflow?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how you categorize those Stack Overflow posts? We do it using a tag. Correct now? We do it, you don't have, when you create a post, you don't have an option to select the categories. No. We do it as a post. Sorry, tag. So what do we do in this case? In here, in Confluence, basically each pages we label them, and as per the label, we categorize that. So remember, categories for space, labels for the pages, and also label for attachments also. So if you want to categorize the pages in your space, you have to do the proper labeling for the pages and attachments. So this is how you categorize. So here what we have at the global label, site label, you get a multiple spaces, and inside the spaces you have a multiple pages, and each pages you may have a multiple child pages, and thus that's how we use the Confluence. Are you understanding now? All of you? So how do you plan for it? Depends on this. This is just a planning here. Right now, there's an engineering category, marketing category, HR category, finance category. Inside that, dev team, QA team space, ops team, inbound team. This is how you design. It's up to you. These are the team members you may have it. Okay, different team members like developers, tester, customer, and administrator for it. Okay, now how do we navigate? So these are all the demo. Basically, we cannot discuss through slides. So now we'll move on. So guys, the question is, are you comfortable with space concept, page concept, and attachment concept? Are you comfortable, all of you? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to show you the demo of the cloud versions. So Atlassian, Confluence, try. Conflu and try. So click on here, and I just want one simple one. I've logged in already, and here what you want, second product. So they're saying, hey, do you want Confluence? Okay, I'm giving you, but you want something else also? I'm not interested because just we used it. This is Jira software, same the one which we demoed just before this, and service management. It's not interested, and that. And now it's a cloud free, Confluence cloud free. And what is the name for it? So agree, because I have selected my name, logged in was there, so same name is there taking. So okay, you can customize also if you want the fresh account. And here it is. And get started. So it's free up to the 10 users. See, I think they have increased it. When I tried last time, I think it was 5, I guess. I need to check that. Now, this all this thing, skip, and it will take few seconds of time to get it up. Any questions anyone have meanwhile?
Raj, like any templates that you can utilize, like create a Confluence, right? It's like very plain. It's not like
Yeah, that we call it a macros. Okay, so I'll talk about it. The most powerful thing of what this Confluence is macros. Without macros, this is just I mean, it's not a good platform. So macros making this very powerful. So I'll show you that. Okay, so here I am creating one space, my first space. So here DevOps 1, okay, and next. I created, you can create as many spaces you want in the site. So here, you want to invite it, I just want to ignore it. Done. So guys, by default, I got a one space here you see. So this me, okay, this my This me, Rajesh Kumar. By the way, I got a 14-day trial period standard. Try for free. I can upgrade also. Now here I said, remember, each one of you will get one personal space. So this is my personal space. My account is the SM Galaxy, so it got created with SM Galaxy. But I want to go to my other space. So what to do? DevOps one. Here is one space. Can I create one more space? Create one more space. And here name. So these are the templates for creating a namespace. Now blank is okay for time being, but if you want a specific one like a documentation space, this is the template designed by them. You can design yourself also. So it's up to you. Software project space, and this is the name of it. Okay, and then create it. There's a sub-problem project. Which project? So see, this is the project which is coming from the Jira. Okay, so I'll select for the Scrum and create. That's integration automatically available. That's the use of cloud. You don't have to do manual integrations here. So I got created one more space. Here we have a Scrum space created. One is a personal space, SM Galaxy. DevOps one is also is one space. So this is from the template which is called software management template. So you see that all these things are there. Look at this area of blocks, and here this is the hierarchy of the pages. You can see here. You can add up more pages and all stuff like that. Many options are there. Edit, comments, view, stop watching is like following, share, and you see that copy the page, move the page from one place to another place, export the page, archive, delete, set the restrictions for this particular page, see the modification. So here page history, page versioning is done. Whichever the modification is being done, it will be shown here. Attachment, resolve comments, and stuff like that. If you go to the end of it, okay, end of it, there must be some labels. So where's the labels? So this is the edit. I click close. I just want to see the labels. Okay. So for the labeling, it should be always at the bottom sections. I'm not able to locate quickly. So edit. Let me create a new page and I'll see that, because it should be, it's a home page, so probably because of that it's not coming. It should be on the bottom here. So create new issues and stuff like that is there. Okay, so now how do we work with this? So guys, I will work with a blank space. You will learn something, because here so much of customizations are there. So what do we do in this case? So go to the DevOps one. You have here, and now this is the home page. You can modify and customize this home page, but right now I just want to add a post here. So what do we do? So add, this is the page, DevOps School to do. This is the one page I created, publish. I'll fill that thing, just give me some time. Now if you see that here, DevOps School to do, one more page I'm going to create, and here the title is DevOps Tool Architecture. Okay, and publish. One more page I am going to create, plus here you have dot 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 also, you can see that, plus and DevOps School troubleshooting. So these are all the page I'm creating. Now guys, here if you look at this here, my home page is this one, and if you look at this, I got three pages, three child pages, which you are not able to see that here. But if you see the left side, can you see my cursor, all of you? All of you?
You can see the project.
Yeah. So here you have a child pages. Now each pages you have to fill the data. How to fill the data, I'll talk about it. But you know what? At the home page, you can design it, and you say, hey, I want the child pages to be there. So this is one concept here. We call it macros. I'll discuss about that. And here, guys, you have to be pro in this all options. This all options here. Look at this. I think this one I don't need to teach you. Probably you understand that. Correct now? All of you?
Yeah.
But this we need to learn actually, because this features only makes the Confluence very powerful. So here, what is this? So here, basically you have a multiple check items which you want to set for the teams. Okay, you can do that. So how to do that? So let me do that here. First, I am going to add some here and click on it. And this is a task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. And here, you know what? I'm going to add after this task 5. That's all. So guys, the task 1, task 2, this is task 1. This is task, sorry. This is task 1. I'm just teaching you how to work with it. That's all. In this, you have to only learn all this stuff, how to work with it, how to create an effective one. Now let me create, submit, and here you see. Now I'll do a little bit more advancement. So I'll go and edit, and I'll say, hey, this task has to be done by some users. So how do we do that? So at the rate of sign. Now I have only one user. See here. Look at this beauty. Lots of shortcuts are there to automate. Okay, this 5 tasks, 5 users. Now you want to link with some tickets. So how to link it? I need to look at. I need to remember that. So just give me 2 seconds. Now, so here you see this task will be done. So now how many tasks we have? 5 tasks we have, and assigned to Rajesh Kumar. Can I go and check my task assigned to myself? So here, let me go to here. And do you see task button, guys? All of you? All of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just click here, and any task which got assigned to any of these Confluence spaces, you will be seeing here. So now these are the tasks assigned to me, created by me, incomplete, complete, none. So I'll just check box this one, and automatically it will become a complete. See here. Oh, it's not coming. I did this. It's just refresh issues. So here you got a complete. Now 3 I have out of it. By the way, these are some of the tasks from the different uh, places which you have. I need to check where I'm being called actually. Rajesh Kumar. So guys, this is the way we just need to work in a simple way and manage this one. So here lots of options are there, and many of these options we'll try now. Now, before getting into the lots of other macros also, I'll show you that one. Here you have a blocks, and here you write a blocks post. Okay, all the features will get again same thing, but blog post 1. Okay, and DevOps School chat is released. Chat is released. So this is basically for announcement purpose. Okay, for the entire team who's a part of the space. So you can design this page as you want it and publish. Here, see, one blog is there. I'll create one more blog. Plus 2 something, done. So here you created a blog. Now you see that here, company blog. Go back to projects, click on the blog, and here and blogs, and you can read this blog 1, blog 2. So here you can do that. Many space settings which you have here. That means you want to add someone's permissions, many things, look and feel, you want to change it. I'll go one by one, but here you can find it here. Now these are the pages. You can add a more shortcuts also from some other URL here. Some Jenkins, Jira, this, that, and all shortcuts you can add it here. Done. So now this, guys, this is the stuff which you have. So if you are the users for it, your main work is to create a pages and have these pages configured and with the data which is required in each event. That's your main challenge. Now, how do we write up pages? I'll just deep dive into that in detail in a little bit of time. So did you get a understanding of this, guys, all of you?
Yeah, yeah, Raj.
Okay, now let's get into the macros, because that's the most important feature we have. So Confluence macros. So guys, where do you see macros? What is a macros first? So macros basically is a way to add features. Okay, macro is a way to add features. Macro is a way to add features on the pages. Simple. How do we find it? So edit any pages. For example, I'm going for to do this is the one page. Okay, it's a blank page. Edit. And here, can you see all this, guys? See, these are macros. And click on the view more. See here, all macros are there. In the cloud, probably you get a little more macros than server edition. So because cloud is available for everyone, right? So this is the macro features of pages or post, formatting macros, Confluence content macros, media macros, visuals and images macros, navigation related macros, content related, reporting related, development related macros, all these things you have. So macros is nothing but a features, adding up features into the pages. That's what we need to discuss now. Okay, so macros are how you supercharge your Confluence pages. So you can use macros to what? So you can use the macros for changing the format and layout of your pages. You can use the macros for displaying media like a videos, audio, and social media content. Collate and organize Confluence pages and blocks in a files. Perform action from the page, such as creating a page from the template and stuff like that. Many macros are there. So I showed you where to get into macros. This is the server edition image. Okay. So there's one macro name called anchor macro. Okay, there's one macro is named called attachment macros. One macro is called blog post macros, change history macros, chart macros, cheese macros, children display macros, code block macros, column macros, content by label macros, content by user macros, content report table macros, contributor summary macros, create form template macros, create space button macros, expert include macros, accept macros, expand macros, favorite macros. So basically here so many macros we have, and you know what, your real job is to know all these macros and use these macros for the pages and design the right content for your projects and right content for your labels. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So how do we start? So not every macros I can try because it's a lack of time. You have more than 200 macros, 300 macros, but some of the macros which I'm going to try, look at this. This is an empty page, okay? So first thing what I should do, you know what? I should create a layout. How do I do that? So this one I tried. Do you see this table and layout? Guys, if you know HTML, do you know the framework of frame coding HTML? Frame one?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So frame means layout. Table means table. I don't think I have to tell you what is a table. So I'll create a frame, first frame for this page. So what do you want? This is the 2 frame you want? What do you want? Or 3 column, or one bigger one and right side smaller one, or left side you want and right side smaller one, and this one you decide. It's nothing rocket science actually. The moment you click, you get it. I'll just go with the 2-1 because that way it's easy to structure my content. So I created this one. Okay, now you want to add more. You want to add more. So 3 layout I created altogether through 2 column and 3 rows and all stuff like that. So this is how you design this. Now what do you want to fill in this? You decide. Let's just start with some text heading. Okay, heading here. Welcome to call 1. I'm just, you visualize that what content you want to keep it. Please understand this. Here, welcome to call 2. Oh, sorry. Welcome to call 2. Here you want, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I am designing this page. Okay, just for demo purpose. Okay, guys, I'm not doing anything serious, but you should understand this is very simple though. Okay, done. What do you want inside that? I want some tables. Go ahead. And this is the table. This table, you, by the way, you can customize that hell load of it. And if you know HTML and all, it will be easy for you. So to work with it. So a name, age, and city. Name Raj. My age is 18 only. City Bangalore. Okay, like that. What do you want? What else you want? So here in the column 2, I will go and check the macros. Here I want to display some code snippet. Okay, so code snippet, or maybe this is not early. Here I should display some code snippet. So I'll go here and write at this one and code snippet HTML code. I'll just copy from the internet. HTML example code. This is a code, HTML code. Okay, I am putting up. Done. Now here, what I want basically, I am going to info level. So info level I want here actually. Info means some information you want to display. So in a nice way. And here you have a lots of icon. If you see that here, warning icon, success. So here info I'm adding. Hey, we released 1.1 or 1.0, and this is something like this. You add more actually. So you can add more and add info level. And this time, what do you want? There's a warning. Do not edit this page. Something like that, or something with the smile, something with the remove mg, error mg, and stuff like that. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say, all of you?
Yes, yes, we're
Yeah. So
following.
your job is to knowing the macro and designing the page for your project, which should be very user friendly, and you should not spend much time. That's the reason we have a macros. So here, quote, let's learn DevOps. AppSup. Okay, that's a quote. What you want? Additional. Here, you can use the expand. Expand means it will be minimize and maximize options will come. You want to have a embed a calendar? Here it is. Embed a calendar. More options. Here, you want to know the table of content. Table of content is TOC. So should I keep it on this page or another page? So I'll put it on top of it. Okay. So table of content somewhere here in these sections. So table of content here. Now this table of content, again you have options to select from what you want, which type you want, list, flat, description, what is the source and all. So here you can select all this thing. Okay, table of content from where and display. Now here you want like a Jira integration is there, so probably I can see that. So recently viewed, I think this one. So I want created. So select this project 1, project 2, whatever it is, or search and then embed this. So I'll go for this recently viewed, or maybe you have project 1 and bugs. Don't have epics. Features, you can search by this summary and all. You can discuss this one and insert. Now see that all these 5 progress, 5 tickets created. Now you see here, view more. Click on the view more. Now here, formatting. This is the iframe, you can get it. Confluence content. So here, what you can do, you can include the pages. Yes. So I created multiple pages. I want to include it. So let's do this here, and you can edit. Okay, still this is. So here, from where you want to edit actually. So these are all the pages which you have pages to include. So keep adding it, and so here you can add it all this page. Sorry. I selected. So here you can add it which page you want to include. So here you can, let's say, troubleshooting documents. One more include. Search for it. Page include here, and to do things. Now I'll go and create one more sections here, and here view more. Now content, I did it here. Here you content by labels. So labels option I have not modified, so I cannot be able to do that. Task report, you want to see that here. All this assigned task. Here view more. You want to display some images and or PDF and all. I think it's very easy. Visual images, you can see the chart gallery and all. And some options which I want to create some content actually. So I should be creating an image from here only. So I'm just trying to find out that options and that age. So this, let me search for it. Add, all add, see, new, no, that macros are not there, which I'm searching for, which is a server version. But let's say posts. You can install the macros also, and blog post, insert. Now let's add few more column, and here let's look for some of this interesting one. Very limited macros are there for this actually, I guess. Quick links, you can get it here. Issue status, agile bar, some pie chart, list of project assigned to me. Here, this is assigned to me, and who's the author? So author is Rajesh, right? Rajesh, and I'm just thinking which one is the most often. H1, H2, H3 issue, I understand that. Profile picture, you understand that. Create, let me see the create. So from here, I can create what? Gallery, no. Create from template. You can create a template from a space here also. See here. Create from template, what you want template name, whichever you can select. Title, and here a space key. What you want. So like this. So now let me see that here. And this is the page. So almost all, many kind of macros we have used it here. See the dates here. These are the tickets, blog post embedding. Here you have a task reports, some code embed, some table, all this thing. Are you able to understand that?
So Raj, you mentioned already, I think. So we can add some dynamic UI coding also, like HTML or JavaScript related, is it?
No. You can add the code snippet and embed in the page, but you cannot modify this UI and run your script like a JavaScript or something. It's not runtime environment. You can embed the code here.
Code, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, it will not execute. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So now I want to say, let's say, edit button. Attachment I do not find. I'm not sure why. Go and search for attachment. Is there no? Yeah. So guys, here if you want to see the list of attachment, so let me go to this. So this is the page. Let's go for some other page here. I want to show you the attachment. So here, and add attachment. So here you can see the list of attachment and save it. Right now you don't have any attachment. You see that? Don't have any attachment. But what you can do, you can browse, upload it, some files, and see that magic. Some simple image I'm looking for it. This log file. I just browse it and upload it. Okay, so now this file, this page will have only attachment. Okay, so it's still loading it. I just need to refresh probably. Not be much time. Let me refresh. It's done. See here. So who attached? Now you want to see who has modified this file. So go edit, and there is one macro called versioning, very interesting one, which will tell you that who has modified this file, this page. So version, is here. So you can use this and version. Oh, change history, not version. That's a version report from the Jira. I got confused. Change history here and publish. Now you see that who modified. So here I modify this time, this time, this time. So here you see the attachment. Now here you can see, let's edit more and let me show you a little bit more. And here I want to show you, let's say, list of what? Label list, user list. I have only one space list. This is the list, user list. This is the list, one more. Labels list. Label I have not done. I'll just do that. Just give me 2 seconds and publish. And you see here, this is a project list, user list. There's no user list. I have to check that why it didn't come. And label list. There's no labels. Now how do you label it? So let me update this. See guys, do you see at the end of it this page labels? No labels. All of you. Here you can label it a DevOps, DevSecOps, and done. So what happened? DevOps, DevSecOps. Okay, so I added two labels and created. Now this is a categorization. So now let me refresh it. So how many labels you have? So go to the bottom sections, and here you see. So now you want to know how many pages you have on the Confluence, which is with the DevOps. So click on the DevOps. I have only one page by the way, and here it is. So that way you enjoy this macro. A hell lot of features you have. Okay, hell lot of features you have, which can be used, to practice and get going. Are you understanding all of them?
Yes, we get. We're pulling along.
Yes. Any questions if you have? So guys, macro is very important. You have to practice this in here 90% of the time. You have to play with the right macros.
Right.
Yeah.
When they are created, do you have to repeat the creation, or you can just pick them like elements? As you said, if you understand HTML, and reuse them. Are they reusable after you've created them?
Yes. That we call it, this feature we call it, let me go to the blank page, it'll be easy for me. That we call it except, EXCERPT. So let me go to the blank page. This is a blank page, okay? And here I'm editing here, edit something here, and go to except, EXCERP here. See here. So first page, what you have to do, you have to mark part of the page's content for use by other macros. So you can say expert, except, and after that you can include that somewhere in the pages. So here what I'm going to do, I have not created that. So I need to create first except. So for that, I am going to create some other pages. And here, let's say, edit this page. And just go bottom section of it, add this. Now here I'm creating this content, and here go AX. Okay, now this is a except. I'm creating it. Okay, this is except. That means you want to reuse this one again and again. So what to do? Now, done. Now I'll go to the empty page. Here, edit, and go here, and here except and include. Now here, which except you include? So you have to have a file page name. I forgot the page name. What was that? Anyone remember that? Just a second. Let me go back. I created somewhere except here. Let me edit and validate. The name of is Raju. Okay, Raju name I'm giving it, and the page is DevOps School Arc. Okay, so I'll just go to troubleshooting document, Raju. Remember the Raju, and exe include, and what is this? Raju Arc, right? This page, and what is the except name? Raju, and save it. Now publish it. Now whatever you included in the last page as a module, you can use this. It can be anything. Just I showed you the text. Inside the text app, you can have a tables or any other contents as well. Make sense?
Yes.
So guys, macros are too many, and macro is the reason why we all use a Confluence, because here you can design lots of things. So many macros we have. So we have to practice it again. These macros which I am showing in the cloud, I mean the PPTs, these are the desktop macros, most of these. But 80% of the macros from the desktop version, server version, and the cloud version is matching. So yes, you have to practice this. For example, now let me go through that. So now you understand the macros. So guys, this macros will help you to add a anchor text to your pages. This will, we tried actually attachment, list of attachment, list of blocks. If you want to change the history, we have tried all these things. Chart macro, you can create a chart, depends on the some values, mathematical formulas. And cheese macros, demo macros, it's not used too much just for the troubleshooting purpose. Children display macros, that means it will display the children of that particular page. So for example, I will go to the home page, okay? And here, this is the, here, okay, recently updated is there, but children is not there. So what do we do in this case? So go for it. Let me check the cloud has that macros or not. So go for here, add some space, and children, CHI, here it is. So all these children, you will be displaying this. Children pages will be displaying for this. See here, and get going. Code block macros I showed you where you can insert the code. Column macro, you can create a column. Content by label, which are shown, you can display the list of pages by the labels. Your users report tables if you want. Contributor, list of contributor who is a part of that page. Summary. You can create a template, a project pages documentation from this. So create from template. I think I did not find this one in cloud. I did not see that. Include, just now I showed you, excepts, and fabric pages macros, gadget macros, gallery macros, some global report macros, HTML include macros, HTML macros here, and stuff like that. So yes, guys, there are so many macros which you have in here, and you have to practice it. So now are you clear what to do at a Confluence? You have to come, create your own space, or I mean, you have to work with your own space or project space and start sharing the knowledge, whatever the knowledge you have. And the format is here you have a macros limitless, which you can try. Are you understanding? Any questions?
Rajesh, what is the role of this actually in DevOps actually? It looks like one learning management system where we are uploading and doing some kind of uploading, creating and publishing to the others actually to learn something actually like for a company purpose, internal purpose actually, or maybe the for on internet we can publish. But what is the relation between the DevOps and this one actually? I
Yeah.
because till now
So
I didn't understand.
yeah. So see here, this tool has been there from last, I think, more than 12 years, if I remember correctly. Okay,
I
more
know
than
this one.
12, 15. Yeah. Now the question is, what is the role in DevOps? So DevOps, we have one practice. Remember, DevOps is a cultural changes. So in the DevOps, we have a practice, and that is called learn by sharing. Okay, not by talking, emailing, and stuff like that. Learn by sharing. Now the question is where to share those knowledge. So whatever the knowledge you have to come and share here, and people should be able to find easily. So it's like that. Let's say if you have some error, where do you search for it? So you search for the Google because you know that Google is the one of the largest place where you have a knowledge which is shared by the whole world. So same way, if you have some problem in terms of project, where you will search for it? You'll not go for some Google and all project problems, project documentation, architecture, minutes of meetings, and all this stuff, blah blah blah. So for that, where would you go? So you have to, I mean, everyone in the DevOps team need to create a practice of it. Like whatever happens, we need to create a pages, and then once you have everyone is practicing the same one, then anyone can search for that spaces and get the information easily, rather than emailing, sending an email, reminder, waiting waste, motion waste, transportation waste, rather than having a meeting for it. Keep it here or yourself, and everyone should do that, and then search for it, whatever the error, I mean, whatever the things you're looking for. For example, DevOps, I added one logs, one labels. So all these things you can search for it and then get quickly. So that's the easy way to do that. Now this tools also you can integrate with Jira. You can integrate with GitHub also. So this way you can see that, okay, for example, I'll put it in this way. Let me see if the Jira macros are there. I mean, GitHub macros is there or not. So let's say for this task, which should be the Jira ticket. So here I should go here and search for Jira macros. And here you can link to the Jira or maybe GitHub macros, link to the code itself. GitHub macros is not available free of cost. See here, you have to buy it actually. Okay. So like that,
So,
it will become a very easy.
Raj, sorry, before you go on, so what's the distinction between this one and GitHub or Git? Because Git too, you can share practice or mm, workwear and things like that, work notes and things like that. So, mm, in which case will you use Jira instead of Git? Or in which case will you use Git instead of Jira? And
Okay, I'll put
secondly,
it.
is
I'll put
Jira
it.
so okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah, please. You complete the question, then I'll answer. It'll be easy for me.
And secondly, from my understanding of following up, because I thought that it's like a note for workload, let's say for example, or work assignment. So you are able to understand what you need to do as a DevOps work so that you can read instead of sending email explaining details, whether you use symbol or use some other things in the Jira, you can understand the action that needs to be taken to complete the work. So it's a kind of a technical note.
Yes, it's a knowledge management system, a place where you can find all the project related documents. You should be, keeping it. Now, the first question which you ask, hey, what is the difference between Confluence and versus GitHub? Because if I remember correctly, the GitHub also has a wiki, and GitHub also has a issue tracking tool. So it's up to you. It's up to you. For example, I'll tell you in this way. Uh, for example, um, for example, you want to learn DevOps, okay? And learning a DevOps, you wanted to learn a DevOps, so you can go to the software engineers also and learn. There's no problem in it. He will also teach you all the tools of the DevOps and in a ways which is possible for him. But you don't go to the any software engineer to learn the DevOps. You go to only DevOps engineer to learn that a particular tool. Why? Why? What is the difference between software engineer and DevOps engineer? I mean, what is the difference? So it's just like that software engineer are specializing in the software domain, and here this guy is practicing day and night only in the DevOps. So same something similar reason we have here. Let's say understand that your problem is knowledge management. Now, knowledge management, not for your project only, is for the enterprise. And enterprise has hundreds of projects, and hundreds of projects, they want to have a certain permissions and many other features they wanted. And on top of that, they want hundreds of features actually, hundreds of features. Now, all these dedicated tools for the only knowledge management is the answer is Confluence. Okay. Now, if you say, Rajesh, at the GitHub, we have a wiki. Of course, yes, we have it. But can we get this all this macro which I was showing you in easy way? No, not possible. So yes, you can create a project documentation at the GitHub wiki also, but the features which you get in the Confluence is not possible. Again, one more thing. Can you customize the permissions for the page label or space label and stuff like that? So it's very difficult to do that in the GitHub, because GitHub is not designed in that case, that method. But Confluence is designed for enterprises. Remember that here. GitHub is primarily designed for the open source community. Open source community who works in a open source community somewhere as a group. People are located in different places. They don't want to prohibit each and everyone. So that's not designed for that purpose. But Confluence is designed for the enterprise management. For example, Infosys is the enterprise, Microsoft is the enterprise, Adobe is the enterprise. So they want all the documents to be stored at a centralized place. They want the permissions to be controlled. They want the space to be created for the project level. They want all these rich features which is not available in the GitHub. So it's like this. So knowledge management, we use Confluence because it's a best solution for it. Again, if you're a small project, you can go and do at the wiki itself. By the way, I'm not using for my open source project. I have a few projects actually. I'm not using Confluence for it. I'm using wiki. But if I work for some organization, I'm doing some consulting work. So they ask me to use the Confluence only, and I have to use it. So it depends on that how you take this approach to the next level. Now, in a DevOps of perspective, how do you should go ahead? You should practice it. Confluence, writing a pages with all the macros. That's what I am expecting from you. There's no as such like Confluence admin is not equal to DevOps and stuff like that. Remember, someone will ask you, hey, what are the DevOps practices you follow? Good practices you follow in your projects. So you should add one point, and that is, hey, we do the knowledge management, knowledge sharing through the Confluence, and through the Confluence we have a very strict and added process to create a documentation of whatever the project related problems, architect, readme, MOM, status, everything. We do that through Confluence, and which helps us to have lots of visibility about the project for each other. Okay, so we don't ask anyone where is this document, how to do this one. We don't ask any instructions. We don't ask any troubleshooting documents. We just refer the Confluence and get all this information, because as a team we have set a process. Everything in terms of projects should be captured and harvested at a Confluence as a knowledge management. Make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. Thanks. So
okay,
it's good to take this away that GitHub you can have operation documentation, but Jira gives you advantage of documentation which is more explanatory in terms of notes and things like that.
That's correct. Rich content, you have it. Confluence is known for the rich editing tool actually. The macros is the one which I was showing you, which is the powerful feature which you won't find in the GitHub or anywhere else. So it's a very perfect management tool or knowledge management tool which you can find.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so now guys, if you go here, I'll go to the home page and I'll select my project. I'll go to the space. Let's say DevOps one space. Now, by the way, you can, if you want to understand the best practices, how it should be written and all, what you do, you create all these different kind of projects. First, I created a blank space. Then you create a documentation space. You find a different template, and that way it will help you. See, let it create it first. Here. So you see that it's a pre-filled options. All these macros are pre-filled. So same way, if you create a more spaces, many macros will come, which is pre-filled. This is for the team. All the macros will be having embedded for the team. This for the knowledge. This for the software projects. So this way, it will help you to get onboarded your project in the fastest way. So yes, that's one thing. Now, if you go for the space setting, here you have so many stuff. Okay, so here by reading itself, you'll understand manage space in terms of delete space, export space, archive space, all the pages you can archive, sidebar you want to edit, and detailing of the things if you want to edit. Some permission which is being set for space. How do you manage this pages of the space? So here, attachment specification. That means someone should not upload this much of size of files or something like that. So reordering some of the stuff, you can see that. Themes, you can change it if you don't like this theme. Themes, you have templates, you have page layout, PDF export. Integrations also you can make it here with this space, and that is also it can be done. So more or less, if you see that this will be done by the administrator, but you can also try it out doing it. Important thing is the permissions. How do you set the permission? So here, this part which you see is a space permission. Okay, remember space permission. And here right now, feature is not enabled for me because of trial and all. Okay, but here you can see this is a shadowed one. So if you have a right licensing, then you can all these things, pages and blogs, comments, attachment, all these permissions you can set it up. By the way, here at the space level, but you can go for page level permissions also. For example, let's say here, and you see that here restrictions. So you can restrict. This is also feature is not available for me. So yeah, you can do that page level also and get going. Okay, some of the stuff which I must tell you here, because I have used same account for the Confluence and Jira, so user management will be common actually. So mind it. So here, user management will be common. By the way, in the cloud, they have integrated all the software. Else, if you're using the server edition, you will have a separate one. So please mind it. And if you want to install some more applications here, manage apps, and for which projects you want to do that. So here you can install that app and enhance the features. Most of the apps, which is paid one, all good apps are paid one, by the way. So anything which is used, which is starting Atlassian, you can see these are the system apps. Users have not installed apps. Let me see, paid via Atlassian. This is the one, and user installed now. So you can build the apps also. In the cloud version, you have very limited options, I can see that. But in the server, because cloud version, they control all the features. But in the server versions, you have many other apps which is freely available also. Jira, whatever I talked about the users group and global permission, it will be applicable for Confluence also, because both of these product is from Atlassian, and they use a common security authentication or authorization module. So this thing you have here. Okay, so any questions if you want here? You want me to show you the demo here? Any questions?
So Rajesh, again in my organization, we are having a ton of documents. So
Mhm.
again, now we are thinking of moving into Confluence, but is there any easy way? Because right now those are in mostly doc and PDF format.
Huh. So conversion of the doc. Okay, so I'll put it in this way. Uh, Confluence supports this. Say I forgot this name. What do we call it? Markup language. Markup language. So if you can convert your document into the markup, then you can upload this all the data. So now the question is, your challenge is doc to markup, MS doc to markup, how to convert. You have to do a little bit of research. Uh, so this must be there something, but I have no clue right now, so cannot answer. So I have to search for it. So markup language, if you can convert, let me tell you, this is one tool I've created for myself only, but people are not using it. This is one. Do you see markup editor?
Yeah, yeah.
So here I can create that through GUI anything and convert it to the markup. For example, see here, table I created. So list I can create. See, and this is also. So H1, how to do the bold, how to do italic, how to do H, how to create list, how to link. These are the markup language. How to create an image of this one. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, need to
And
explore more options.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So this is a simple tool, by the way, but I know there are some paid tools are available, which is also can be done. So see here, first I'll create a table and then you can view like this. So if you like this code, copy this, put it in this notepad, and this is your markup code.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to explore this because again
Yeah, many
the
advanced
only
tools are there, but this is just a handy for me. I was using this tool a lot, so I made it live.
okay.
More questions, guys? Okay, so I'm giving a rest to this session now. Okay, what is my expectation from these two sessions? So in terms of DevOps, so I'm expecting you all to get comfortable with the Jira and Atlassian, use it and use it for your. See, I'll put it in this way. Atlassian is free for basic plan is free for up to the 10 users. So you do start doing one thing. All of your knowledge, whichever you have, start sharing at the Confluence. Knowledge means your tutorials and all, personal notes and all. Is you can access lifetime. No one will take it from there. That space you can make it public also, by the way, and private also. Okay, space public and private means anyone can access also. If you want to make it public, or if you think no, only I will access it, so make it private. Same thing. Maybe if you're not using a Jira for your project, then start using your daily tasks. What do you do at the Jira? It's a UI tool through the cloud. You can get it and start using it. The ultimate purpose of this session is to make you comfortable. Like anything planning and knowledge management, we use the standard tool like a Jira or Confluence. But yeah, there are so many other tools are also there. It's not like that. You should not learn other tools, only Jira and Confluence. But be open, because GitHub also has their own inbuilt tool. GitLab has their own inbuilt tool. Bitbucket has their own inbuilt tool. Like that, I mean, most of the cloud also coming up their own inbuilt tool for that. So it depends on that. Make sense, guys? Okay, so what is the next session tomorrow? Let me check.
Python.
Yeah, I think Python. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll learn the Python and then we'll practice. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.